Vivian, oh my God, I'm so not believing you.
Sorry, babe. Where'd you go?
I'd rather not. I barely just got home from my bar shift.
What? Oh well, go to the gym.
I can. I have to get some rest.
Can what?
Actually, Vivian, I think it is time we're talking about some of your habits.
No, we're not. Wait, my habits?
When you first moved in, you told me that every day you are studying, that you're reading, that you're going to school, that your favorite hobby was reading. I thought a nice quiet girl was moving in, but I'm working nights now, and you're always disturbing me. You're always waking up early, you're exercising, you're training, you're lifting weights every time. You're jumping in the living room.
What are you talking about? I'm finished. Besides, they're cool squads, Camilla. Jeez.
What? No. And worst of all, you're leaving me your dishes.
What are you talking about, Camilla? When I moved in, you clearly say that wash the dishes was your duty. Mine was do the laundry.
Was what?
Do the laundry!
See? You're being bossy again. I'm always the one who's shopping. I'm cooking. I'm organizing the apartment. I'm paying all the bills. I'm cleaning the bathroom. I'm organizing the fridge. I'm even helping you with your accounting homework. And now I'm washing the dishes too? It's not fair.
What role are you living in, Camilla? You're not doing any of those things. You're standing right there.
You know what I'm meaning.
Oh, wait. I get it. This is about LA, isn't it? You're still mad that LA loves me, not you.
LA? This has nothing to do with LA. I'm so not loving LA. He's like not even that good looking.
Yeah, right. Last month you told me LA was better than Zac Efron, Shawn Mendes, and all the BTS guys mixed into one hot super hunt.
Don't be changing the subject, Vivian. We have to be making a new routine.
I'm not changing the subject, Camilla. What I am doing is, I am leaving.
Habits, routines, responsibilities. They're essential for our lives. They free our minds and our time to focus on daily complications. However, problems can arise when we share our life with others because each of us has our own unique habits and routines. And sometimes these clash. This is especially true when communication breaks down. I'm Teacher Paul, and in this series we are exploring strange and confusing aspects of the English language. And in this episode, we'll try to resolve the communication breakdown between Camilla and her roommate Vivian. We've got our hands full though, because to resolve the standoff between these besties, we'll have to do more than just wash the dishes. We'll have to clean an entire apartment full of English weirdness.
And now my roommate's angry at me, and I'm worrying that she will move out of my apartment. I am just not understanding her.
It's pretty clear she doesn't understand you either.
But Teacher Paul, Vivian can be like so bossy.
Maybe what each of you said and what each of you meant were out of sync.
So now Vivian hates me because of my bad grammar? Jeez.
Tell me something, Camilla. Do you want Vivian to move out?
No, teacher. Vivian is my bestie. I am so wanting her to stay. But I am needing her help with the house routines.
Well, if that's the case, you and your bestie had better get your expressions and your meaning better aligned. Let's take a look at some of the things you and Vivian said to each other. For instance, you told Vivian, "You are every time jumping in the living room."
And Vivian said she was finished.
Well, actually, Camilla, she was right. She had finished at that point.
But I didn't mean like then. I meant like always, her habits.
Okay, in this sentence, identify the parts for me.
Well, you is the subject. Are is the verb. No, jumping is also the verb. Every time is an adverb.
Let's focus on the verbs then. Tell me about tense.
Well, are is present tense. Jumping is, I don't know, the ing verb?
Yes, it's called progressive form or aspect, sometimes called continuous. Same thing. A progressive verb form expresses the idea that a single action progresses or continues across time. Think of it this way. It's like a brief single action gets stretched out across time, so that anytime you look at it along this length of time, you see the action.
Okay, it is present progressive, kind of present tense. So why is this weird, teacher?
Tell me something. If I put my finger along the timeline like this, is the action in progress? Is it happening in that moment?
Yes.
And now?
Sure, the action is still happening. Anywhere you place your finger on the timeline.
A progressive action is an action that is in progress or in the middle of happening at any given moment across a period of time, right?
Right.
Then this is not a single action that can happen in the flash of a specific instant. It is an action that is stretched across a given moment of time. Here, the given moment is the present.
Okay.
Tell me this, when you said this, at the present moment you said this, where was Vivian and what action was she doing? In other words, if we freeze time and look at that moment in time, what action would we see happening?
So drinking was the action.
Exactly. We wouldn't see Vivian jumping, we'd see Vivian drinking.
Her jumping really was finished. She was right.
You also said, "Now I'm doing the dishes too." When you said this, where were you? And what action was happening at that exact moment?
Vivian was in the kitchen. And I was...
Uh-huh.
So that means I should only say I'm doing the dishes when I am in that moment?
Exactly. Vivian was drinking the water, not jumping. And you were lying on the sofa, not washing the dishes. Neither of you were doing what you were saying you were.
It really is weird, teacher.
Frankly, Camilla, this is one of your habits.
Come on, teacher. I'm so not believing you. I don't have such a habit.
All of these expressions are in the present progressive form, right?
Okay, so yes, they have the be verb in present tense and the action verb with the ing attached.
And where were you and what was happening when you said this? All of it.
At that moment, I was lying on the sofa.
Right. And by the way, notice what you just said, Camilla. You said, "I was lying on the sofa." You change the be verb into the past tense to express that this progressive action happened in the past, before our shared now.
Is it wrong, teacher?
No, you accurately change the tense of present progressive into past progressive. You see, on the timeline, now is represented by the y-axis. But this now can change. It can be a specific time in the past or a specific time in the future. Whatever now your meaning refers to, the progressive simply shifts and the be verb changes tense.
Right.
We need this flexibility to refer to all the different types of single moments we actually experience in our lives, in which actions are in progress at any point in time.
Yeah, something is always happening.
Now, most verbs can be used this way, but there are a few that should not be used to express a progressive meaning. Here's a few that you might recognize.
Is there something wrong with these verbs, teacher?
Well, look, the verbs are fine, but when you use them in progressive form, they become a little weird.
Oh my God, teacher. I made so much weirdness.
The important thing is to improve on it. Here's the problem, Camilla. What actions do these verbs express?
None of them seem like actions, teacher. More like feelings.
You're right. And we said that progressive is a way of stretching single actions across time to express that they are in the middle of happening. But these are not single actions that start and end at specific times. These verbs express states of being, states of existence, and all of them already contain a meaning of time in them. For instance, can you love someone, say LA, and stop loving them all in a single action?
I can't stop thinking about you. Hope you never ever leave from my side. I can't stop thinking about you. Hope you never ever leave. You killed the lies, we come to life.
Teacher, come on. I never loved the guy. I liked LA at first, but a few weeks after I met him, he asked Vivian out. So no, I liked him across time.
So after some time, you switched off your affection for LA, right?
I so moved on, teacher. So state verbs have time inside them already.
Exactly. They already have time built into their meaning. So if we stretch these verbs across time, nothing is gained. It's redundant.
But teacher, I've seen a fast food ad that says, "I'm loving it." Are you telling me this is English weirdness?
Well, advertisements have no obligation to use accurate grammar. Their purpose is to get your attention. And sometimes they use bad grammar to do this.
I guess for a teacher like you, seeing a bad grammar like that must really make you sick.
Well, weird grammar is cool because we can learn from it and improve on it. But disgusting and unhealthy fast food is so not cool.
So I guess we shouldn't rely on ads and TV commercials to learn English.
Yeah, please don't. There's another shade of meaning or nuance of this grammar that we need to look at to really understand what went wrong between you and Vivian. What are you and I doing right now?
We are standing in your classroom.
Good. And that's the correct usage of the present progressive form. It means that if someone came into this room right now, they would see us standing here. Our action would have already started and be in the middle of continuing or progressing into the near future, right?
Right.
But when did we begin this action?
A little while ago. In the past. But not distant past. Recent.
Good. And what about the future?
Come on, teacher. You are not thinking we'll be here forever, are you? I so have important things to do.
I'm sure you do, Camilla, and that's my point.
Wait, you mean progressive actions last into the future, but not too long, right?
That's right. They begin in the past, extend into the future, but they're temporary.
Whoa, that is a cool insight.
Present progressive communicates that a temporary action is happening right now or whenever that now is. But you wanted to talk to Vivian about her habits, single actions she constantly does that bother you. But these are actions that she was not doing at that moment. And, most importantly, habits, routines, and general truths and facts are not temporary, are they?
No, they're like permanent.
So you were using the wrong grammar for this communicative purpose.
Whoa. Okay, teacher, but what verb form should I use to describe habits or the housework routines Vivian and I set up?
Well, now we know that present progressive actions are always temporary. But some actions are sort of permanent parts of each of our lives. They happen all the time, often, usually, or even just at regular times. These are single actions that happen again and again and again.
You mean like habits?
But it also fits into a category of communicative meaning we can call general truth. So what form of the verb should we use?
I really don't know. I thought it was present progressive, but now I know that was wrong. So I don't know what other verb form I can use.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you do. In fact, you just used it.
I did?
Yeah. What verb form did you use here?
It's in present simple or base form, right?
I just used a similar form when I said, it fits.
I see it now. It fits. It's a general truth, a sort of fact.
Let's test it. Would it sound right to you if I said, it is fitting into a category we can call general truth? Or, I am not knowing what other verb form I can use. Would that sound right?
Maybe before, but now it sounds weird to me. Because these actions are not temporary. They're more like permanent, general truth and fact.
And, in a similar way, habits and routines are actions that are generally true or factual, right?
Yeah, like it is generally true that I work night shift at the bar.
Good. So now we know. This is how we express a general truth or fact, with simple present. And this applies to scientific facts too, like exercise improves your health, or it rains in Vancouver.
But teacher, rain's not a habit.
In a way it is. Think about it, Camilla. Who or what makes the rain?
Well, I'm Catholic, so I guess God makes the rain.
And what if you're not religious?
Then you believe the natural atmosphere produces the rain.
Good. Either way, it's God or nature's habit, right? They do it all the time. So this idea of regular action or habit, routine, or general truth applies consistently.
Yes, I get it now. Like, it is not scientific fact, but it is generally habitually true that Vivian jumps in the living room and leaves me the dishes.
Okay.
Almost every day too. So that means I should have told Vivian, you always wake up early, exercise, jump up and down, make noises, and leave me the dishes.
Well, yes, grammatically speaking, that is the correct choice. However,
Yeah, I know.
speaking of general truths or routines, you said that Vivian is like so bossy.
She is, teacher.
Why do you think that?
She always tells me what to do. Do the laundry, work out now, go to the gym now. And she's always posting Instagram posts that tell everyone what to do.
And what makes you think these are orders or commands?
Because she begins her sentence with the verb.
That's called the imperative. And what form is the verb in?
Base form. That's weird.
It is, but I don't think Vivian means to give orders when she uses the verb this way. It seems to me that she is trying to tell you, or her Instagram followers, what she's doing in that specific moment.
Then she should say or post, I am going to the gym, or I am working out now, or I am doing the laundry, or I am lifting 35 kilograms now.
That's right, but in English we often look for more concise or shorter ways to express things, especially on social media. And since we know exactly who is doing the action, because you're looking at a specific person's account, we can drop the subject and auxiliary be verb, but keep the progressive verb form.
So Vivian should say, going to the gym now, or lifting 35 kilograms now, or doing the laundry now.
And her grammar error made her sound like she was giving orders and being bossy.
But really, she wasn't.
You both confused each other.
So all of these means that present progressive never means habit, routine, or general truth or fact. And that present simple never means an action happening in that moment. Each verb form has its own specific meaning.
Exactly, Camila.
Whoa.
And speaking of general truths, isn't it also true that you told Vivian it was your job to wash the dishes? That it was going to be your housework routine or habit?
I did.
Is this a generally true statement about your habits?
No, teacher. It is not true.
Uh-huh.
Camila complains about Vivian's habit but doesn't wash the dishes.
So why did you change the routines you guys had set up? Why did you stop washing the dishes and expect Vivian to make them part of her routine?
I don't know. Guess I got busy with work. I got tired and began neglecting my own housework routine.
And you blamed Vivian for something you were supposed to do. It seems to me like you were mad at her about something else.
Teacher?
Were you really jealous about this guy, LA?
Teacher, honestly, I'm not jealous about LA. I'm happy for Vivian.
Uh-huh.
I guess what I'm really jealous about is that I'm always tired from working and Vivian's so healthy and fit.
Congratulations, Camila. You're correct in both ways. You correctly use simple present to say, Vivian exercises so often. And that is certainly her habit, not a present progressive action happening right now and temporarily.
What's the second way?
You said, I really feel jealous of her being so healthy and fit. This tells me that you're being honest about how you feel. Isn't this why we should try to express what we mean to say as precisely as we can?
You know, Teacher Paul, speaking of habits, your habit is you ask us questions. But like you are the teacher, why don't you just give us the answers?
Learning isn't simply memorizing my ideas for a test. Learning means developing your own ideas about the information you absorb. By answering my questions, you activate your own critical thinking. This type of active learning, especially with languages, is much more powerful than passive learning, where you sit there listening to me talk, barely awake, memorizing my words. My goal is always to help you better understand English grammar so that you can say more precisely what you mean.
Teacher, Vivian is my best friend. I don't want her to move out. I just want the dishes to get washed.
Well, now that you understand the errors both you and Vivian were making, you can help her communicate more clearly too. One way or another, the dishes have to get washed.
Right. It is not possible for dishes to have a habit.
Okay, Camilla, let's summarize.
So I was describing present actions happening right now instead of describing our habits and routines. Whew.
It's okay, now I know I was giving you orders when I didn't mean to.
We both made English weirdness and got each other angry for nothing. You know you're my bestie, right?
I'm sorry I always worked out in the living room.
It's okay. Lying on the sofa too much was my habit, but not anymore. Thanks to you.
Okay, Spring.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What?
Never mind. Come on.